this one, the engine has some issues, we'll say. You can see this one does have some cosmetic modifications. Hey everyone, welcome back to DC Motor Works. My name's Cameron, and today I've got behind me our ML63 from our Flip or Junk series. So we'll call this part 2, and if you haven't seen part 1, check that video out right here. But we spent the last few weeks thinking about this, going back and forth, and have decided this one is junk. So we decided we are going to do something a little more exciting than just fixing this car, and we're going to create something that neither Mercedes nor AMG ever built. So let's check it out. So if you haven't seen episode 1 of this series yet, just to give you a little background, we bought this car for $3,000, so it is the cheapest, or maybe one of the cheapest around in the last few years. But this one, the engine has some issues, we'll say. It has some metal bits floating around in there, and we just decided that one is not worth the time and effort to take apart. Maybe as a project down the road, we'll keep this engine and do something with it. But let's move on to the evolution of the ML. So ultimately, we decided that the ML just wasn't enough SUV for what we wanted for this project. So instead, we decided to give it a little bit of a steroid pill, and we are going to make it a 7-passenger GL63 AMG. So while these are both technically a 164 chassis vehicle and everything should more or less bolt up, there is a lot of coding and so forth that we'll have to change, especially with the Mercedes's TRP or theft relevant safeties with the VIN coding and so forth and all of that. So it'll be a lot of fun. So follow us along as we do that. But the engine, the transmission, the suspension, some of the interior bits as well will all go into this vehicle, and we were going to make it as factory of a GL63 as it could have been in this period had they made one. We are still trying to decide if we want to do some upgrades as well, so we'll see what we make of that. You can see this one does have some cosmetic modifications. Not sure that I'm a big fan of them, but we'll see, like these blacked out handles and belt line trim and the different wheels. We will put AMG wheels back on this that would have been correct for this model. We're kind of back and forth a little bit on the headlights here, so some of the later AMG MLs would have had smoked or blacked out inner parts of the headlights, not the actual lenses like this one. So that's another idea. So this is a GL550. So this already has the fender flares and what would have been the AMG bumpers and wheels. It was the as close as you could get. So this has the 5.5 liter M273 V8 that has 382 horsepower. And we will be putting in the M156 as stated before, which has about 507 horsepower, and maybe we'll bump that up just a tad. We'll see. I'll just take a look around. It is a super nice example. It is in pretty clean shape on the interior. Like I said, it's just kind of the questionable cosmetic modifications, but we're going to take that right back to factory. Thankfully, they didn't do anything that can't be reversed. We will also put on the AMG exhaust from the ML. We'll get that fitted, but you will have a 3-row over 500 horsepower SUV. And instead of the bi-turbo motor, this will be that sweet naturally aspirated V8 that you can rev to 7,000 RPM in your 7-passenger SUV with all your kids. Or towing your boat. This one does have the tow package. So lots of different options, and we're super excited to do this project. Of course. So here you can see everything as it is now. So this should be hopefully the last time you see it like this. Over the next couple weeks or months, we'll see how it goes. With the shop projects tend to take a back burner to customer work, of course. But we'll start working on this project here soon, and look forward for the next video. So as you may have heard earlier, we kind of condemned the engine in the ML, that it is going to be something for later down the road if we do fix it. So I was able to source this one here, and we're going to do all the upgrades to it. So we'll do head bolts, cam adjusters, and essentially bulletproof this motor before it goes in there. But we wanted to start with a known good platform so that we have one less headache on this project. So like I said before, when I came up with this idea, I looked around and could find that there had never really been done. The only thing I could really find was that Brabus did a twin turbo or bi-turbo GL63 with the 1.56 engine, but there's not a whole lot of information about it. I don't know how many were made. There's only a couple short little videos that just walk around it. We want to take you through the full, in-depth, every little headache and so forth that we go through to make this happen, and that hopefully if it's successful, we can do more than one. If someone wants one of these and doesn't want the headaches of the later bi-turbo engines, which we can show you that video right there. We can have the earlier motor and like I said, have something that's super special and rare. We plan on taking this to a bunch of car shows and so forth around here, and then it will eventually get sold to someone that hopefully will enjoy it later on in life. But follow us along, hope you all enjoy it, and maybe help us come up with a name for this project, and we look forward to seeing you on the next part of this series. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you can follow us along on this video.